Hey there, I'm Han.
And I'm Kat, and we're BrewsandReviews. Welcome to day 22 of the Spring to It Videoathon, which we host with
Danny Buxton,
Brooke Clark,
Christina's Journey,
The Story,
and Stacks and Stacks and Stacks. Today's prompt is our favourite childhood books. A lot of mine I actually haven't got a copy of. To be fair, I wouldn't have had a copy of any of, well, my individual ones, yeah, if it wasn't for a Christmas present. But I'll show you that one afterwards.
Okay, so we're just going to get right into it.
Yes. So the first book series that it's an author really, I used to really enjoy her books, and that is Jacqueline Wilson. I used to really like reading the whole Tracy Beaker books and, you know, all them. I was a big Tracy Beaker fan when I was a kid. Like, I'd get home from school, I'd go to my nan's, I'd have a brew. She used to have a sweet drawer and a biscuit tin like all nans should have. It should be law. And I used to have so much junk, and I used to watch Men of the Vampire or like Arthur and all them lot, and then I'd watch my Tracy Beaker at 4 o'clock until 4:30, and then I'd go home. And it was just perfect. So I used to really love reading the books, and to be fair, that's how I got into drawing people. I used to, you know, like in the books how they used to draw the people.
Yeah.
I used to draw people like that. Yeah. It was so cool. I mean, don't get me wrong, that was shit, but it worked as when I was a kid, okay? So I used to actually really enjoy them, to be fair. Like, I can't really remember them. I probably hate them right now, but as a kid, it got me reading, so you can't really complain.
So the first book I want to talk about is a book called The Weird Stone of Brisingamen by Alan Garner. Now, this book, I think I tried to read it again as a teenager, and I didn't like it as much because it is written in a particular way, and it's just great for children. But you know what made it, like, really special for me is that the setting of The Weird Stone of Brisingamen is actually, like, my favourite place.
Oh, is that
yeah,
book?
yeah.
Oh.
So, it's set in the majority of it in a forest, which I've actually been to quite a few times.
And you took me to?
Yeah. I think we went there, like, this time last year, actually.
We did, because
really
it's on the calendar! I made a calendar for Christmas, and the pictures are of our ice cream that we had, and the forest.
Yeah. It was a very nice day, actually. It was really nice to get to actually show you that place. And, like, I think that this story meant a lot more to me because I'd been there, and I could go there, and I was like, that's the Elven Path, and that's the Devil's Rock, and I was like, oh, look at it! So excited. It's really exciting, and I still love the place, and I always have really fond memories of the book because of that.
Another book that I used to really love reading as a child was Witch Witch by Eva Ibbotson. For some reason, I just loved it. I really, really thought it was cool. And I remember, I think it was year 7.
Yeah.
Was it year 7?
Yeah, because I only read half of it because we read it in school.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
And I never finished it, so I never found out what actually
Oh,
happened.
no!
I know,
really? Right? Oh, I love Witch Witch. I love the ending. Oh.
Oh, sad. Maybe if you do actually buy it again and reread it, then I'll read it too.
Well, I am going to read. I mean, I am going to buy it this year because it is part of my plan. Because I'm going to reread a lot of my, like, say, school books and like childhood books that I really used to love, and Witch Witch is high on that list. So, yeah, you can read it afterwards.
I'm excited because I remember really liking it.
Yeah.
Like, even though we read it when we were like 12.
Yeah.
Like, I enjoyed that a lot.
To be fair, like, that was the first kind of more adult, I know it's not really adult-y, but it was the most adult-y book I used to read, you know, considering I used to read like Animal Ark and Tracy Beaker and stuff like that. Yeah. So, I think, I don't know, I used to really love it. I used to feel really adult-y because it was like more in, you know, like a mass paperback copy. It was in one of them, but I was like, yeah, look at me reading like an adult book. Yeah, when, no, that wasn't really the case, but I used to think it was.
You felt cool.
Yeah.
As I was talking about The Weird Stone of Brisingamen before, the uncle that bought me that book also bought me the next book that I'm going to talk about, because he is like fantasy type, book encouraging, like he was the guy that got me to watch Princess Bride, so thanks, Flem. The book in question is The Spooks Apprentice by Joseph Delaney. Now this book, I think I've only ever talked about once on BookTube, and that's from Bookish Cheryl. This is book 1 in the Wardstone Chronicles. I believe they have different names in America, so I guess that depends on where you are. This book is about a boy called Thomas, and the dust jacket's like making a break for it, so excuse me. This book is about a boy called Thomas, who is the 7th son of a 7th son, and he goes to work for the local spook, who basically, the job is basically to make the things that go bump in the night disappear, or get rid of them. And,
oh, this is what you were talking about not long ago.
Yeah.
And I really like the sound of it.
Yeah, it's really good. I really loved it, because like the only thing that it says on the back of the book is warning not to be read after dark, and like I think I was 12 when I read this, because I remember he gave me this and I was like, this is amazing. And it did freak me out a little bit at first when I was younger, because I'm not a big horror movie fan. I've gotten a bit better at that sort of thing, but like I was like, okay, that's pretty creepy. That's pretty scary. So it was really good. I really enjoyed it, and I can't recommend this series of books enough, because I remember how much I loved it, and I want to reread this year.
Okay, so this book has to have a mention, because it means so much to me. At Christmas, well, it was Christmas Eve, Kat was like, right, you've got a present, you've got to open it, and I was like, why? She was like, because you've got to open it on Christmas Eve, you can't open it on Christmas. I was like, okay. And the present was Noddy Goes to Toyland by Enid Blyton. And as a child, I used to read this every single Christmas Eve. Like, I couldn't, like, I was one of them children where it was just routine. Like, I had to read it or else Christmas wasn't Christmas. So, as I grew up and everything, moved house, it got lost. And so when I opened it, I was an absolute emotional wreck. I literally had to go straight upstairs and read it, and then I was like all tucked up in bed and snuggled up, and it was lovely. It was so nice. But it is just Noddy Goes to Toyland, don't get me wrong, it's nothing overtly special, but it is to me.
Now the next book I'm going to show you is kind of a silly little book, but it you know, Noddy Goes to Toyland, it's just a short little thing that like just means something to you.
Yeah.
Now this book means something to me. It's called A Cat's Little Instruction Book. I don't know who it's by. Lee W. Routledge. Don't know if that's how you pronounce your name. But this book was at my nan and granddad's house, and every time we went to my nan and granddad's house, I would always read this book. Like, when I was going to bed, I was like, I'm going to read the little cat book, and I'm going to read the little cat. It's just like silly little things, like things that cats should do, like...
Actually, can you have to give us an example?
Don't introduce yourself to new neighbours by sharpening your claws on their patio furniture or playing in their flower beds. First impressions can rarely be undone. Or protest loudly if anyone ever suggests getting a new puppy.
That's rather cute, to be fair.
Never be discouraged by the words, no, stop that, or bad cat. Like, they're just cute little things, and the fact that this was at my grandparents' house meant a lot to me, like, because obviously they moved out of that house and they were getting rid of a bunch of stuff, and I was like, I need this, because it will always remind me of being like 6, 7, 8, you know, that age, and just being like, oh, I'm going to bed at Nan and Granddad's house, I'll just read my little book. And it was really cute, so, yeah.
So these books are books that we've both read, and everyone knows them. It's Harry Potter.
Percy Jackson. Like, they're just great. Like,
Yeah.
these are books we both read when we were very young.
Yeah.
And have continued to read into adulthood.
And still love them as much as we did the first time.
Yeah. So we're not going to talk too much about them. We talk about these all the time. Everybody pretty much knows what Harry Potter's about. And if you've been watching any of our other videos, you know what Percy Jackson's about too. So, yeah, we just love them, and we thought they deserved a little bit of a mention in the video. That's it then. Those are the books that we read as children and remember very fondly.
Yeah.
Like, this is such a nostalgic little prompt. I really
It is.
enjoyed this prompt. It's kind of funny because from about the age of 11, I was reading like Lord of the Rings and Da Vinci Code and stuff like that. So to think back on the ones that I would actually recommend to like younger people, but that I remember absolutely loving and have still stood with me even after reading all of those things, that was really fun. I really enjoyed it. So please do check out the other host videos. I'm curious to see what books people read, because I imagine this is going to be like a maybe like a cultural thing or like an experiences type thing. So I'm intrigued. What were you guys reading? Tell us what you were reading when you were young. If you like this video, please leave a like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.
See you later.
Bye.